Hi there, this is Ezurike-Bosse, founder of My Empowered Living and Bossarike, and creator of the Dream Life Designer Planners. So, I wanted to just come here today and talk about balance. I think this is a question that is often asked of me in terms of how do I balance being a mother, a wife with so many different businesses and all the different programs that I run. And so, I wanted to really dig in about that. Um, and it's funny because I think this is a question a lot of people ask people because sometimes we get overwhelmed. And let's be honest, right now, this is a question most people are asking because the kids are home, everybody's home, you're trying to work from home, run your business from home, and you're trying to balance and then it's homeschooling. So there's a lot on the go right now. And so this is something that I think it's come up for a lot of people. And when I think back at what has changed for me, when I think about the word balance, the best advice and thought about balance came through when I had my show Empowered Living in Durham Region, and I interviewed then Liberal MP Selena Cesar Chavon. And when I asked her about it, she talked about how for her there is no balance, which I 100% agree with, in the sense of she said to me, if something was balanced, right, and something is balanced, you have a scale, something is balanced. What happens with the scale is one has 50%, the other has 50%. So if you're trying to balance something, you're giving 50% to the thing. 50% is not, it's not a great percentage you're giving something. And so she talked about, if she's trying to balance her home and work and she's, it's 50-50 for both. So for her, when she's at work, when she was an MP, she gave 100% to that, knowing that, her husband, her kids are being taken care of, right? But when she's at home, she gives 100% of her focus and efforts in her home, and it's not really thinking about work. And so that was something that was so freeing and so true because the whole balance is an illusion in the sense of we can't. And so for me, like this past week where that I'm recording this, I had a lot on the go. I had a launch, even though it was a soft launch, I had a launch I was doing. So I was on my computer more. I had more meetings. I had more time and I didn't have a lot of time to do stuff with my kids, right? But that's not always consistent because once the launch is done and I'm back to my regular schedule and my time, when I have my work time and it's done, I close down that computer, it's 100% of that time that I spent with my kids, right? Not worried about all the stuff I have to do. And sometimes your balance is off. Like I, raise my hand, been there, done that. And it's a harder the time. But for me, it lets me take myself off the hook. Right? So if I'm really focused on work because I have a launch or because it's my client time at that moment, I focus 100% on that because that is what they're paying me for, right? I have to show up fully to that. And so when it's my time for family, for kids, I devote 100% of my time to them. So that is for me is my definition of balance in the sense of I'm not trying to balance it at the same time, right? We can have balance, but it's not doing it at the same time. We'll have to choose a thing, focus on it, and then set those boundaries. And when it's time for the other thing, we give it our 100%. And for me too, it's great because when that's the case, when it's family time, because you already give 100% at work, you can now fully commit and play full out with your family, and vice versa. Because you spend that quality time there, when it's time for work, you show up for work and not being worried about what's happening there. So that's something that I've come to adopt that has really helped me because I can't have balance at the same time. I just can't. It's hard. Then you're giving 50-50, and so you're not giving fully and you're not delivering what you need to both, and it's not fair to your work and to your family and even to yourself, right? Because there's also balancing for yourself. So you can have it, but just not at the same time. So pick the one thing, give 100%, set that aside. When it's time for this new thing that's your focus, give 100% to that. So that is my take on this whole balance piece. I hope that serves you. I hope that that helps you. And so yeah, create yourself an amazing day. You're a dream life designer. You can live your empowered life, and I am here to support you. Thank you, and I'll see you next time.